Right, guys, sorry for the delay. My internet's been down for a few days and it's only just coming back up, so let's see if I can get this going. Here we go. Right, in this section, they're talking about the hostages inside of the castle. Now, this is very, very, very correct for Japanese societies. Everybody thinks Japanese people are honourable and the samurai were loyal. Not really. They used to take hostages to make sure that your allies didn't turn on them, because most of the time the allies would change sides and then they become the Axis powers and the Allied powers, and then it all swap and change. So they used to have a lot of hostages to stop that happening. Tokugawa Ieyasu was a hostage himself. Doesn't mean that they have a terrible life. It just means that they live inside a castle, very well off. But if their families don't obey the main family, they get killed. I know we've said it before, but the bloody sets for this are amazing. They're so good. They are so good. Right, I am not saying this is wrong. In fact, it's most likely correct. But they're all sat in agora, which means cross-legged. Now, seiza is a thing of the Edo period where most people get into seiza, but it's not. I don't think it's that clear cut that you. So kneeling down and sitting cross-legged. Sitting cross-legged is the standard form of sitting for samurai, even for men right up until the year 2000 in Japan. Men sat in agora, cross-legged. Women sat seiza, kneeling. But usually when you go to a senior, you go into seiza. But I don't know how far back that goes. So it could be debated whether all of those facing Lord Ishido should be in seiza and the Lord should be in agora. Or has he told everyone to relax? But this looks like a very formal meeting. So I would assume he might go into seiza, which is kneeling down, before they go into agora, which is a less formal. This is a really difficult point. This would take quite a lot of research to work out. See, the women are in seiza there and the men in agora. See, cross-legged and sitting kneeling. But I don't know if the men should be sat in seiza when facing a superior or facing an altar. It's a difficult one. Okay, this is good. They say they're going to have a poetry contest, if you like, or poetry thing in sort of honor of the fallen, the dead, the sort of lord. So in Japanese culture, and I assume Chinese culture, they have you give the first line of a poem, then somebody gives the second, then somebody gives the third, and it goes round, and you've got to get really good double meanings in, and there's a very strict meter and rhythm that you use. And you'll know the shortened later version is haiku, but the older versions are longer and much more intricate. And from what I've personally read, it seems that the poetry declined over time. It had its height in the earlier days when it was closer to the Chinese culture, but it sort of declined later in years, and that handwriting and poetry seemed to get a bit worse as the Edo period went on, and the aristocratic class sort of declined and the samurai class rose. Right, as you all know, I'm loving this show. I think it's one of the best Japanese shows there's been. In fact, we need a lot more shows of this quality. Um, but I am lost on his character. His character was the focus. It was amazing. John Blackthorne, he was clever, he was intelligent. He just seems like an idiot now. Unless this is I'm going to guess this is a plan within a plan. If it's not a plan within a plan, I'm really disappointed at John Blackthorne. He better be part of a deeper plan. Otherwise, he's just a buffoon at this point. This is a difficult one for the swordsman out there. So she's just said to him, kill him. And neither of them drew their swords. They just faced each other, and then it went to Iaido. Iaijutsu or Bato, whatever you want to call it, quick draw. I don't think that would be the case. Usually when it's or like agreed combat and they know that's going to happen, they draw their swords and prepare, because it's too risky just doing it from a drawn sword. Iai or Bato is literally when you there's no time to prepare. It's like you've been clashed into each other, or but normally they would draw their sword and form some sort of guard or stance to attack their enemy. They wouldn't normally just do iaido after an order has been done, or iaijutsu. But the timing is so quick, so I'm not sure whether I agree or disagree with that. Okay, I'm going to give the show 1,000 points. This was a superb scene. In the trailer, it looks like she's fighting all these men and that she's winning. And I thought, oh God, here we go. Woke, what are your pronouns, women, power. It was too much, But no, it is perfectly done. It is superb. She, as a female, holds vast power because of her samurai social status and the line she's from. She walk and could be killed at any moment by an archer, but is brave and heroic and a brilliant character. And those men around are told that they are not allowed to kill her or hurt her. They just have to detain her. So she's trying to openly kill them, but they're just blocking her. This was how you do females in medieval society in modern film. This is superb. She is a powerful character who we all think is brilliant because she's very good, and she can't fight off men because it's just not realistic. And not only that, she holds her own even though, she's of the inverted commas weaker sex. What a great scene, and what a great character. Okay, guys, so she's basically, the plan is good, the plan is great. She's displayed that everyone is not allowed to leave, and therefore they're now going to turn against Ishido. And I'm going to say this walk-off scene is as good as Kill Bill, or as good as any bloody Japanese samurai film. 10 million points to this scene. And she is now my new hero of the program. This is how you do female characters. So if you want to know, the best female characters are like Ripley from Aliens, mint, amazing character. And the other one is Mama from Judge Dredd, who is a despicable but really well done female character. And this here, Mariko Dono, is up there with them as the best female character in an action warrior style setting. Amazing. Okay, she's going to commit suicide, but I have a question here. She's going to commit suicide on a white square. Now, I'm not sure if the white square was a newer Edo period thing, and they originally used to do it on straw rush mats. So I'm not sure whether that's a creeping in of the Edo period sort of ideas, but I might be wrong, guys. I just know I've, from memory, a few references to earlier seppuku are done on mats with a fold in the middle, whereas I think it becomes white cloth later on. I hope this episode has made you guys realise how brutal Japanese society actually was. It really, really is brutal. And I'm doing a new book at the minute. I'm going to be actually self-publishing the book for various reasons. But it's going to be called Samurai Death Cult. And it's going to be out in a couple of weeks. And it goes into all of these types of things. So do have a look out for that in a few weeks. Samurai Death Cult. Make a note and then have a search for it. So in seppuku, you can make a little bit of a deal. You can sort of say, cut my head off early on so you don't have to go through the anger of it. Or you can say, please hold off. Let me go through the proper disembowelment or the heart piercing. So she's asked here for him to wait for her to fall forward. And, after the thrust. Oh no, here it comes. The ninja scene. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Right, straight away, guys. I am going to do a full video on this ninja scene when it comes available on like YouTube for proper screen recording. But basically, this is an Edo period thief with stereotypical medieval braces. Oh God. It's not even started. Oh God. What they do have correct is that waves of them are going into different places. That's no problem. The waves of intruders are going to different locations. They've got inside information. Yes, no problem. They're killing people in their sleep in their bedrooms. No problem. So they're using chain and sickle weapons. This is very much a 1950s comic book thing. So no, it's just a shame. I don't mind them being in black, and I don't mind them. They don't need the masks. That would just not be correct. They don't need them. You guys who follow my channel know this is a long, complicated story. We do get people dressed in black. We do get people in masks. We do get them infiltrating. But you're thinking more of what's called nusabito, or thieves, or tozoku. In this situation, there is no need for them to have their faces covered. Nobody knows who they are. It doesn't matter. You can't. There's no photography. There's no facial recognition. All that we know is that they use like ink to cover their faces or the blades of their swords. They can come in groups. They can kill people like this. There's no real reason. There's no reason for them to be using chains and sickles. That's a very 20th century thing. Okay, guys, at the very end, Mariko again saves the day. She's pretty awesome. That was the best episode except for the last 10 minutes. First of all, you guys know I am the ninja guy, and that was a half-baked, half-arsed attempt at historical ninja. That was really quite bad. But it was the best episode in the sense of tension. And Mariko being an amazing character. There you go. John Blackthorne has become a bit redundant in his own story, and she has become amazing. But well done. It's not just one of those gender swaps. She actually is very good in this story, so I'll give her that. The ninjas were terrible. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Anthony Cummins. If you want to follow me online, you can follow me on YouTube on Samurai and Ninja History with Anthony Cummins, where I'll deal with all the history of the samurai and the ninja. You can follow me on Samurai Martial Arts Real Training. This is where you'll get only the physical, you'll get only the martial arts. You can follow me on Natori Ryu, where I teach and show all the different strategies and warfare related to the Natori family. Now, outside of this, I also do some other things. So you can join me on Western Culture and Tradition, where I look at the little bits of information from the West, our folklores, our customs. You can also join me on Warduke. This is purely a fantasy channel, a little bit of fun for me in my spare time. If you're on Instagram, you can follow me again on Samurai and Ninja History. This is my basic account. And again, getting back to the fantasy, you can follow me on the Dungeon Crawl, where I'll go through everything that's eerie, dungeon synth, and all of those fantasy elements. And finally, I put some of my art on all Space Marine chapters. I do this just so I can do a little bit of art and keep up to date with the artistic world and keep my skills alive. I hope to see you there, guys, and I look forward to all of the comments on my posts and videos.